what's up?
I know Muse. Muse is my bestie. He's kind of lagging though.
Alright, let me go set this up. Give me a second.
Okay, what side are we on?
Y'all are blue side first.
Okay, word.
I'm gonna face Muse.
Alright, I'm gonna mute Jess real quick. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're gonna see if everybody's ready. Alright, y'all ready? Everybody ready?
Start it.
Alright. Oh, Yogi's. Yogi, you guys ready? Yogi?
Yo.
Yo, you ready? Y'all ready?
Yep.
Alright, bet. Alright, and we are underway. Alright, just to clarify, this is just a tryout scrim for the team of Yogi B. Muse's team here, they're established. This is just a scrim for them, but this is a tryout for Santa Dad, Snowy, and Royu. Yogi B and Lewis are already on Vipers Esports. Alright, and our first band here is a Thatcher for Cafe. That seems pretty standard. Got to make sure that you can't get those walls and hatches open. Alright, going into our final attack band here. It seems that the side of Muse is somewhat conflicted on who they want to ban. And there it is, the Jackal again, it's just a super standard ban regardless of the map here. Seems that they want to deny that roam clear. And just the Jackal tracks in general. Something that's been plaguing Siege in its more recent times is that people hate Jackal. Alright, going to the first defense ban here from the blue team, the final ban from them. A Valkyrie, super standard for a Cafe. Yogi's known to hate Valk on top of that. The outside cam spots on Cafe are insane. The high ceilings, lots of large rooms. Yeah, it's just a really standard ban. And then a Cade. I'm not necessarily sure that's a target ban. It just seems that they just want that electrifying out of there, especially for the hatches. So hatches are going to be absolutely free this game for both teams to get. And these are game day settings. This isn't 6-6, so it's first to that 7. Alright, seems like we're going for a kitchen site here for the first round, with that standard Ace Nomad being brought out. A Thorn in play, swapping to the Mute, because Thorn is banned. A Sledge Ash pick with a Buck. That Buck for that vertical play on kitchen is going to be massive. The Malusi Mozzie, not really any huge util denial besides the Jaeger. They seem to want to stop these drones. Oh, as we go get a 6 pick to that Thunderbird. So it does seem that they want that extra health while sacrificing some of that drone denial. They do still have the Mute for the drones though, but they might have to sacrifice 1 to 2 of those for walls with the Bandit in play. Does look like that Royu tried to 6 pick but wasn't able to. As first round, excuse me, is now underway. All right, with the kitchen site, shooting the wall with Jaeger. Prep walls being gotten. Malusi's and ADS is going down. Can't tell if this is going to be something a little bit more unorthodox for Cafe Kitchen Site, or just going to be somewhat standard. It does seem to be somewhat standard. Maybe that might be a bakery hold. Honestly, nope, they're getting the reinforcements, and they're getting the reinforcements on Red Hull. It doesn't seem to be any head holes going to be watching Red at all. That is a little bit odd, especially for a competitive play. And both freezer walls are not going to have any sort of VIP play at all. That's going to be almost a free grab unless they have any roamers on that side. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be a bakery hold either. A Spawn P coming out from the side of the Thunderbird. Seemingly unknown by the Ash on Lewis, as they do seem to be going for a standard top-down clear. Another bit of unorthodoxness here is 3 on site, on kitchen. Normally you only have 2 with an extended hold in bakery and VIP, if not both. And it just seems like they're just chilling in sight. Does seem to be a little bit of a roam here in Coates, and that's all the roam presence that they have. There's nothing second floor to deny these attackers. This is a free second floor for the attackers. Very interesting to say the least. Nobody's pushing Coat or main entrance side at all, or even Brown for that case, with the attackers taking third floor control quite easy, and seemingly wanting to move down to second. Muse just on cams, on these defaults on the first floor where none of the attackers are. Watching Bakery, watching Red. Lewis taking a tiny bit of damage there from what it seemed like his own Ash breaching round, as droning is commencing. No air jabs out yet, with only a minute left in the round. Some verticality coming in here from the Buck on Royu, trying to get Freezer open, it seems, and there's the first pick of the game. DJ picking up Lewis with that C4. Oh, and there's another one. That's both Nitro Nitro's down. There's all three, with Muse picking up a kill onto Ryu, but then Yogi getting a refrag onto the Thunderbird. Seemingly a white push, a white freezer push here. Air jabs in some unorthodox spots as the Bandit is seemingly unaware of the push from Freezer. Snowy taking a decent amount of damage. About half of their HP as they seem to push down Brown. Want to take Coat here, but only 20 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be a chaotic last second push to site, and there goes Santa down by the hands of Mags, but he's refragged by Snowy. And Yogi taken down by Muse. It is now a 1v3 on the side of Snowy. 10 seconds left, an eager peek. Snowy takes down Muse, 5 seconds left. Doesn't seem to have a lot of time. Both defenders deep in sight. And there's first round onto the defenders.
Operators, you have run out of time.
Disheartening lack of roam for the defenders here discourages me to think that they're going to have any significant roam presence. That Jackal is essentially a waste. In my opinion, if they're not going to have the roam, why ban the Jackal? Gonna go a bar cocktail site here. An Oryx pick. Interesting. They'll have to pick off that Thorn. Alibi as well. Interesting, no smoke play, but they might be playing the Alibi with the shield on Pixel. Yep, the 6 pick coming in for the Thorn and for the Buck. Switching to a Sledge for Ryu. Smart choice with Snowy on that Nomad. DJ yet to confirm his pick. Onto the Malusi. Here we have a more interesting hold, something less out of ranked, it would seem, as we have an Alibi, rather, of the traditional smoke, and an Oryx. It'll be interesting to see if we have any more significant roam presence this time, especially since the Oryx can jump up through the piano hatch, specifically on this site.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Seems unsure what walls to reinforce. Oh, the Alibi making angles with the Bailiff.
Located by attackers.
Interesting, seeming to bait anybody that pushes. The Skylight, interesting angle there. Default reinforcements going down behind Minibar.
10 seconds to insertion.
Oryx does seem to be on the roam here, which is much different from what they had last round, which would understandably justify the Jackal ban.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Going over to Bakery here, but interesting to see if he's going to spawn peek, and it looks like he's going to try, but a little bit late on the attacker to his left, but the IQ knows he's there. Lewis knows he's there. The Oryx seemingly know he's been spotted. Rotates out, and going up red. That was a quite underwhelming roam there. He didn't seem to do much. He seems to be chilling second floor. With 2 on top white. This is interesting. They seem to be the defenders seem to be holding hands in almost every position that they hold. No shield on Pixel, just an ADS in clear view to be shot. No alibis anywhere to be seen. And now an Alibi going down to second floor, seemingly to try and get a pick here, as it seems that the Oryx is just chilling Christmas tree. A disconnect from Lewis there, unsure if that was intentional or merely an accident. As Mags is still in train on second floor. There's been no sort of roam clear here, even though there's only 4 attackers. Absolutely none. Looks like the defenders are going to have second floor to themselves. Santa taking the bandits off of Minibar wall, and Yogi on that ace, getting them off, and that is now open. They have spotted the Jaeger that is playing in Cigar back on Pixel, but he doesn't seem to be doing much. He's back on Pixel now. Santa's taking a little bit of damage. And there goes 80 taking out Ryu for the first pick for the defenders. Mags taking a little bit of HP damage as Lewis has returned. Does seem to have been accidental. As Yogi does seem to try and push the same thing that Ryu did and gets destroyed by 80, much the same. That's case down in Minibar, but Snowy with the refrag onto the Jaeger. And there goes Santa taken down by Mags as the Bandit get a little bit cluelessly pushed. Did notice, but he didn't react. Interesting, and that's round 2 going to the defenders. Somewhat an unorganized attack being made by the blue team here, but you can't really blame them. This is a tryout. Half of these guys haven't even played together before. As we go into a reading room fireplace defense, a mirror being brought out, something a little bit unorthodox for that site. A vigil castle, nothing too surprising. Aside from the mirror. The vigil being 6-pick to the Thunderbird and an Ash pick coming out from Lewis, and that hasn't been confirmed, but no 6-pick coming out from the attacking side. Attempted 6-pick coming out there from Lewis, but no dice there, as Yogi does swap from the Ace to the Thermite. Be interesting to see if the defenders do some sort of extended hold upstairs. I would assume they would, considering the castle is being brought and the Mira, but that remains to be seen, as the defenders have proven to be unpredictable on both sides played so far. Alright, onto the reading defense. Does seem... That might be... Is that a Mira hold in Laundry? Is that what I'm looking at from Muse here? It is! This is about unorthodox as it gets, rather than just maybe having somebody play in there, or just, you know, a simple rotate. They're deciding to have an entire player dedicated on a Mira setup in there. That is definitely one to be considered unorthodox. No, none of the normal feet holes in the red 90 here coming out either.
5 seconds remaining.
Interesting. And they are holding upstairs. It does seem that they'll have a Mira dedicated to it here. So that isn't that unorthodox, especially the Mira being played in Cocktail. Somewhat common. But the rest of anything orthodox on site, the only thing that's somewhat orthodox has been the rotate and Laundry. There's a Mira there, but nobody's playing on it. There's no feet holes in the red hull, absolutely none. No rotate onto the white stairs landing here. A very interesting site setup, to say the least. And the hatch being blown on Laundry. What was the point of blowing the hatch if you have the Mira there, or having the Mira there at all? Absolutely none. Because the second the attackers grab upstairs control, which is going to happen at one point or another, whether that be 30 seconds in or 30 seconds till the round's over, they're going to get that Mira off. And Mira does seem to be being droned here by the Royu on Repel. Muse seemingly unaware until just now. A Nitro being thrown, it being shot with Muse taking half his HP. And Muse dropping early. Like I said, this is about a minute in now, so about 30 seconds off from what I said, but upstairs control, at least in Cocktail, is being completely given up. And there goes, and Lewis does down Muse on the Mira, but gets refragged by the castle. Mira's being popped, and there it is. Royu has upstairs control. I called it, given up too early on the account that now then they can watch Laundry from above. They might not know it themselves yet, but they can see the entirety. See, I think Royu's going to see the Mira there after taking out his ADS. Oh, the Mira's already down, probably due to the twitch from Santa. And we have about a minute left in this round. A 4v5. Yogi dropping pillars here. Be interesting to see what he wants to do. He seems to be giving out pings. Royu doing some work upstairs. And there goes Lewis once again. Be interesting to see why. Some trigger discipline there from Snowy, but down goes Mags, not before he took out Santa. It's still a 3v4 here. The man advantage being in that of the defenders. Snowy does take down Muse, but not before taking down by himself. Refrags coming out. It's a 1v2 with Royu against 80 and DJ. 80 being one of his top performers for his team today. Royu taking lots of damage, and he decides to drop here.
15 seconds left.
As Royu doesn't have the case. He seems to be trying to cut off a rotation. but can't seem to do much as he decided to go for the kill. Takes a ton of damage, doesn't even seem to react, and the plant is going down with 1 second left. And there's DJ with the deny of the plant. That should have been an easy round, but for some reason it wasn't. Santa down and Ryu having some issues grabbing some frags here, and that seems to be one of the main reasons why the defenders seem to be losing, or the attackers, excuse me, tend to be losing. I'm sure Lewis disconnecting does not tend to be helping. Oh, and he's back once again. Thorn being picked for the 3rd time. They'll have to 6-pick off it. It's inherently obvious. They'll have to keep the Rook on a kitchen service. That's not that uncommon, especially if they're holding the VIP or the Baker. That 2 times can be deadly. And the Aruni and a Sledge coming out from Lewis. I like that. Oh, okay, Rooney being confirmed, Sledge not confirmed yet. Running a swap to a Buck last second, so we have a ton of verticality being able to be played here. The Buck and the Zoff, Zoff especially bringing those breaching charges. Snowy here seeming to be doing most of the work alongside Yogi for the attackers here. But interesting to see if they're able to turn this around, maybe take it to a 3-3 split, or that maybe they'll be able to do something on defense. Waiting here for Lewis to load, it seems.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Alright, we are back to a kitchen defense. So it'll be interesting to see if they do the same setup or something a little bit different here. Maybe with the VIP hold with that Rook. But seems they're a little unsure what they're doing. Might want to fix some of that aim there, Rook. Be able to hit those drones. Essential intel gathering devices for the attackers. If we can't deny them, might want to reassess your priorities. It does seem to be a very similar setup to how it was done the last time we were down here 3 rounds ago. Or 4 now, technically. With, it doesn't seem to be any sort of bakery hold. No red holes to watch the top of red or red hall at all. No VIP hold either. Against a very well orchestrated team, this team, run by Muse, would seem to not be able to take these strats, but it seems like the attackers are going to go for a very default top-down clear again. But they do have some, I guess you could say, I'm sorry, I'm struggling for words here. The Rook playing in Fireplace Hall. It is spotted by the Buck and tucked into a corner. If the attackers act fast, they should be able to pick him off quite easy. The Rook aiming quite low, and he does see the Buck, and Lewis failed to hit his shot. And that is the first pick, but not taken. A brief round quite quickly by Mr. Yogi onto Mags here. And it's a 4v4, probably the most balanced man advantage we've seen all game. The Rook still being able to roam top white. Is nobody clearing this guy? And it doesn't seem that Yogi, who seems very close to his position, knows it all. And he doesn't. And that's the second pick for the Rook. Absolutely no drones or these Nomad gadgets being displaced anywhere. And as I speak, there's the first one out of the round. And now the attackers are in yet another man disadvantage in a 3v4. The attackers now seem to be taking second floor control. With air jabs going off, but no vertical play being played here at all. They seem to be going for Freezer, once again, just like the last time we were here, but aren't aware of the Rook that's sitting in VIP. Are they going to drone this guy? They have no idea. The Rook has absolutely, or not the Rook, the Zoff has on the side of Ryu has absolutely no idea that the Rook is just a single wall away from him. Making a ton of noise. It seems like Santa Dad's going to fall victim to that, as the Rook just doesn't notice. Massive trigger discipline there. Rook taking out the Twitch on the side of I'm sorry, Ryu on the side of the Zoff. A fight going down here between the Rook and Santa Dad on whiskey, excuse me. And it seems like that there it is. DJ took the Rook's ace. That was a beautiful 4K on his side, taking advantage of the lack of droning, lack of air jabs, lack of intel on the side of the attackers, and we are now in a 5-0 or 4-0, excuse me, exchange here. Still, Santa Dad, Royu, and Lewis yet to obtain a frag. The only person on the attacking gaining a frag that round was Yogi, and DJ has yet to die. A Maverick being played for the first time, as well as an Ella coming out. Chilling on the Rooks that seem to have worked. Not sure it was necessarily the Rook play, but the lack of intel from the attackers. A Bandit. No. Instead of an Ella on a bar cocktail hold. Not necessarily a bad idea, but because they brought the Maverick rather than a Kali or someone similar, they have to drop to get the wall, unless of course they use those Twitch drones, which they could use. But every way to get cigar wall, I'm sorry, minibar wall, is either a drone hole right here, or they go through the doors or windows, and all of those are probably going to be heavily contested by the defenders. It'll be also interesting to see, as there aren't any shields in play. It doesn't seem like anybody's going to be playing Pixel in any sort of protective way at all, besides the reinforcements and I'm going to assume electrification due to Bandit on the minibar wall. Again, very interesting. I hate to say unorthodox, but interesting
10 seconds to go.
plays coming out here from the defenders, as well as site setups that just are unorthodox through and through. Alright, apologize about the blue screen, making sure the person that just joined the party is muted. And Rook going for the spawn peek here, does massive damage and downs Santa Dad on the Twitch without taking any damage for himself. It's mighty unfortunate as he looks to deny the entirety of Highway here, as the attackers seem to be going top down rather than bottom up to clear these roamers. Now, there's not that much roam presence. There is Mags on the Bandit here, going down red, going towards Bakery, and there is Muse on the side of the Vigil and VIP dining, but they seem to be rotating up, realizing, and there's DJ's first pick of this round, his 4th kill without a death, and Mags going off on Lewis. It seems to just be a shooting gallery here for the attackers. Mags being down and taken out by Yogi. Finally, some sort of refract from the attackers, but Yogi does take massive damage there in exchange for that kill. Seemingly unaware of the Rook that's in Cigar. How? You drone yourself here, and it seems like the last remaining attacker, Sledge on the side of Royu, does get his first kill of the game. His second now makes this very winnable in a 1v2. The defenders do have the man advantage, but there's no health advantage to be seen. He drops Snoopalk, seemingly unaware of any defender position. Soft Ping's coming out, but seemingly unaware, as the Jaeger is playing where he played last, on Pixel. The Sledge is completely unaware, doesn't even check it, and is instantly taken out. A solid 5-0 for the defenders here, going into the last round of their defense. It'll be interesting to see if the attackers are even going to get a single round on the board. Alright, going back to a reading room fireplace, it just seems like we're cycling through the same 3 sites here. And it just seems unorthodox picks after unorthodox picks. It'll be interesting to see if DJ brings the MP5K on mute once again, neglecting those feet holes. A Bandit, 6-picking. Because of the mute, you don't really need much hard breach. Denial. Onto a Smoke. Now with the Smoke, it'll only make sense to get those footholds with the shotgun, right? I would think so. But an Amaru being swapped for an IQ on for Snowy. Lots of verticality being able to be played here with Buck, Sledge, breach charges on Nomad. But it'll be interesting to see if they take advantage of that at all.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Alright, going back to reading, basically see if they actually add the footholes. It seems that they were aware that the Mira hold didn't necessarily work last time. Reinforcing over the rotate made into Laundry. This game just keeps on getting weirder and weirder with these defense setups. What is that smoke shield watching? Unless you're doing a reverse shield to watch Christmas tree entrance side. But even then, what are you watching? The laundry wall?
10 seconds left before insertion.
Okay, thank you. We do see some actual feet holes coming in here. Which, thank goodness. If we didn't see those once this game, I'd be a little bit concerned. But they abandoned the upstairs hold. There doesn't seem to be any work going into holding upstairs in the slightest. Now, last time we were here, we did see a cocktail hold that fell quite quickly due to premature falling off. But there's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Snowy on the IQ here, seemingly unaware that there is indeed somebody in code. Alright, we do have the Legion in the hands of Mags down in coat. Alright, we have Vigil in prep. Nothing being droned, especially for a second floor site. You want to drone first floor and third. Some drone work going in. Yogi seemingly wanting to drone white with Santa here. Maybe we'll see some sort of coordinated push here. They seem to be aware of the players in coat and prep, but they don't at the same time. Santa completely ignoring the sound cue from the Vigil that's prone. Oh, the Vigil pulls off. That would have been one heck of a play there if he was able to pull that off. He seems to want to impact that, and there goes the first pick of the round. DJ bringing down Lewis, who's yet to have any sort of significant impact along with Santa. Never mind, as I say that, Santa does get his first impact of the round, taking out Muse. And the smoke, that's going to be huge for a late round, but only if they can capitalize off that frag. And there goes Royu, finally getting some sort of impact here. And Santa, there we go. These are some great picks here. This does seem to be like a round going in advantage of the attackers. Finally, maybe we'll see a 1-5 split here. Yogi wanting to push everything, it seems. And we have sight control. Attackers have sight control. They have control of reading. It does seem that Yogi is going to be coming in here for a plant as the plant is going down. DJ is upstairs, able to deny the plant here, but not taking advantage of that. And there goes down 80. Now DJ is in a 1v4, able to save maybe his no deaths, but missing shots with the SMG-11, and DJ taking a massive amount of damage. Yes, you see the diffuser. What are you going to play off of it? As we are 20 seconds left. And the phase here does take out a Selma, but is subsequently taken out by Yogi. There we go. We finally have a round going in favor of the attackers here. Now, a 5-1 split. Can they bring it back, or will they be shut down by the defenders now turned attackers? Now, I want to talk about the impact being brought here. Lewis has yet to have any impact in the round, in the game at all, going 0-5-0, no assists, nothing. DJ just now dying for the first time, and Twitch, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, going 8-4, massive for his team. Whereas Yogi and Snowy seem to be doing the best they can. But going for a bar and cocktail first round, we do have a smoke. Thank goodness. And it does seem like we'll have some sort of pixel play here with a shield, because every time we've gone to bar and cocktail with the current attackers when they were on defense, they were playing pixel, but they didn't have any sort of shield play at all. Nothing. They even brought an alibi who has a shield, but decided not to use her.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Alright, let's see if we get something a little more orthodox here. The smoke in the hands of Lewis does seem to be making rotates that we did not see from the previous defenders. There it is! The shield pixel play. Thank you, for the love of God! Picking somebody to play a shield on pixel. It's so frustrating to see people playing there with no protection at all. I'm so glad that they're actually doing it, but it doesn't seem like mini bar wall is getting gotten at all. With 6 reinforcements still in pocket, you need some sort of early reinforcement here. Questionable ADS placements, but if they work, who am I to judge? Now, my question is, if the smoke shield isn't going on pixel, where is it gonna be? First pick, there we go. That's good. We got Snowy taking out Muse, the ace, right off the bat. That is one of 2 hard breachers taken out instantly. That's great. Also one of their mid performers for the defense team. As Mags is still on the board as the Hibana. And the Nomad here. Nomad and Buck seeming to want to go for... excuse me, Cigar, but not wanting to. Just deciding to go for the hatches instead. And there it is. The Mags, even though 1 hard breach was taken down, there's still 1 more in play. Interesting hard breach there by Mags. To say the least, that's not vaultable at all. That's... Is that just to see in? They're going to have to push through double door here if they want to take Pixel at all. And there's a second pick. Snowy going huge for her team right now. Taking out the Twitch. All right? Now that's going to be massive. Now the ADSs aren't going to be able to be taken out as easily. Massive attack. The attackers are just chilling on the roof in a 3v5, just trying to bait some kills here. Can't say I blame them. With Mags, I'm not quite sure what you're doing. Waiting for a drone to be said, but it seems that Royu, with the bulletproof cam, was able to EMP that drone. First time I've seen that used in any sort of competitive environment. It was used quite well. Yogi playing on the Pixel. Thank goodness. You may only have one ADS that's easily shot, but they don't have a Twitch on the board anymore, and well done. And there's the EMP again. This EMP is greatly used against drones, and it's even shown it highlighted in a recent Macy J video to be used against air jabs. Snowy on the triple kill, got the Nomad that dropped on the new hatch. Now playing in a known position now, not necessarily the greatest idea, but both attackers, and there goes Mags, dropping onto red hatch, wanting to go for Cigar, and there's both. 80 taking a massive amount of damage with 42 seconds left. Deciding to go for a shot front push here. A smoke canister going out, restricting what can be done. 80 taking a little bit more damage from that. Wanting to try and peek Snowy, it seems. Dokubi taking some damage, or excuse me, Hibana taking some damage. Now shots are coming out, and Royu takes down Mags. Seems like another round for the defenders. 80 somehow not taking damage from that smoke canister, pushes Pixel, and Yogi gets the kill. That's a flawless round from the defense. And that's what you get for even default setups. Now, the other defense didn't have a flawless round, not once. They had some unorthodox setups, but they still won. So results can't lie, but there we go. 2 rounds in a row so far. They have to win 3 more to tie the game. But the defense, or the current attackers, excuse me, only have to win 2 to end the game here. As we're going down into a kitchen service defense here. Seemingly normal picks, the Bandit and the Mute, in order to get all those walls. The Mozzie pick is a bit questionable since you already have the Mute, but as I say that, they're 6-picking. And a 6-pick off the Ash as well, going to a smoke. Or a castle, excuse me. Really standard on Kitchen for Cafe is a smoke and a Nomad. They're gonna need that. That Osa play, it makes me wonder if they're gonna get a little bit more aggressive here. And the Goyo, that leads me to wonder, are they finally gonna hold a bakery or a VIP? And I genuinely hope so, because we haven't seen any of that play at all this game, and I would love to see some.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Alright, first kitchen defense of this defensive half. Doesn't seem like a default rotate is going to be made in the freezer for a VIP hold. But there it is. Finally, somebody it seems is going to be holding extended bakery. And it does seem that over here, the castle is in the hands of Lewis, is setting up a somewhat decent default castle strat. Santa taking a little bit of damage here, seemingly probably from a teammate that accidentally misfired, but no rotate here on the kitchen walls for the bakery guy to rotate out quickly. Bakery's gonna be trapped in there.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Well, of course he can escape through prep, but if they push him through bakery double door, it'll be interesting. Again, just a default castle strat for Red Hall and prep. Very, very default. And there it is, just what I was saying. The Osa now pushing the bakery, and pushing the bakery on the double door. denies that Goyo any chance of rotating out, and that since it's a Goyo shield, that Twitch is going to be able to easily get it. Snowy take a first pick for the second round in a row, taking out Mags on the Osa. Absolutely massive there. I believe that was from third floor on the windows. I seem to be correct. Piano windows there. Great pick. Yogi's Goyo shield has been taken down, but he's got the castle playing with him. 3 attackers pushing him at once. No air jabs being taken down. No ADS burn. They do have frags in the hands of DJ, but they'll have to burn those ADSs to get past. It seems that there is only 1 ADS left standing. But even then... A vault in Red Hall, under Harry Potter here. A Twitch looking to back him up here. Yogi taken down by DJ. He did rotate out. And they're seeming to want to grab prep control and Red Hall here. Now in a 4v4. The attacker's having a slight HP advantage. A nade. Curious what that was an attempt to get. Maybe the wall through the drone hole. And prep control. Prep is now held by the attackers. As there does seem to be a hard breach going on the main kitchen wall. The castle in an excellent spot to deny any sort of prep push here, but he has to hit his shots. The ump is so weak against lots of the attacker weapons that we have on the board. All 4 in prep, but the ace is rotating to Red Hall. He doesn't seem to know that Snowy is slow peeking the stairs. Ooh, a ton of HP being traded there as Snowy does rotate off, but so does the ace on Muse. An air jab coming out from the Nomad. 40 seconds left in the round. An air jab being placed on bottom red. They have sight. Mav is in sight and planting. No denial coming out here. Castle is taking down the Nomad. Massive and defuse is down. 40 seconds left. Attackers having a massive HP advantage. And there goes Lewis, taken down by the Twitch. Now in a 3v3, the defenders have to do something massive here in order to win. Snowy rotating back. The mute in the terms of Santa doesn't seem to want to be doing anything. Misses his shots. Needed to hit those. The nitro still in the hands of Santa. It's not being used. A double kill there from DJ. That was massive. Now in a 1v1 with no time left. This is going to be a round to the attackers and DJ for the triple kill. Oh my goodness, that was so close to being a defensive round, but Santa didn't use his C4. Had he thrown his C4 through that hole he blew open on the kitchen divider wall, he could have gotten the Maverick and salvaged the round. But no C4 play. That could have been a massive round for the defense. Now the attackers are on match point. The defense has to win 5 rounds in a row to tie this out. Any hope of going to OT. It's a Chonka pick for a reading room. Not unorthodox, but odd, considering we do have that smoke pick. And that is a 6 pick. Excuse me, a 6 pick coming out. Flora is coming out for the first time. It'll be interesting to see how that's played. But a 6 pick for that. Tachanka being traded for Vigil, but the Flores not being able to 6 pick. So Flores is going to be played. Interesting, to say the least.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Alright, onto a reading room that decided not to go back to kitchen. Now, this is interesting. Giving us head holes instead of feet, but oh, it seems that Yogi here seems to be somewhat correcting that. Giving feet holes rather than head holes. Take a note. He doesn't shoot his teammate like they did last time. So we have some improvement here round to round. Now we are missing a couple feet holes on this wall and a rotate here. But we do have the rotate with the reinforcement and laundry. But no reinforcement coming out yet on the reading walls here. If the attackers are able to take advantage of that with blowing that open with an... nope. As I say that, they're getting reinforced. It's like they can hear me. They can't. Don't worry. Even though it is just a scrim, I know people care about competitive integrity, and it does seem, thank goodness, we're going to have some sort of contestment upstairs for a reading hold. We do have an ADS placement, some barbed wire, and Muse coming up on the Flores, as well as the Ash coming up. Vertical grip, hollow on the G36. Now, normally if someone runs a 1x, they would run an angled grip. Now, I'm not one to criticize people's attachment choices, as it is personal preference. It is odd, to say the least. But not like Nello in the recent EU SI close qualifiers who ran angled grip red dot suppressor laser on his G36. Flores drone being used to open a hatch, as Ash brought a claymore rather than breaching charges, and Ash drops. Being droned out, Snowy does take some damage here, and the attackers have taken it. And there goes Snowy. The top frag for the defense is gone. Now, and there goes Yogi, the second frag for the defense. DJ taking some shots here, as Santa Dad does take out 88. Finally, some sort of refrag here. Royu going massive there, taking out the Flores on the Muse on the Flores. He does have the potential to do a massive flank here. And he takes out DJ on the Nomad. Finally, this looks like a round that, as long as people don't throw lives here, Santa, get that HP up, your Thunderbird. That this could be a defense round. With Santa seemingly have retaken upstairs with Royu, as they do have Case, Cold, and Cocktail. As Twitch is second floor, droning up third. And Ash has sight! Or, excuse me, not Ash. Ace has sight, but it's not to matter much, since he doesn't have Case. Pushing Lewis on the shield there, who's seemingly unaware of the shots coming at him with 40 seconds left, and sight control for the attackers. They have to retake for that Case. Seemingly as Mags is coming up white now. Gonna run straight into the Vigil. Both missing some shots, Mag taking a little bit of damage. While simultaneously, the Twitch is pushing Pixel. Unknown to the Vigil. Can he be caught off guard here? Seemingly so! And there's the pick. Santa taking out Mags. It is now 15 seconds, 1v1 for the game here. Santa is 1 HP. And that is game, ladies and gentlemen. Twitch taking down Santa for the 2-7 victory. Now, there were major hiccups, disconnects on the side of the current defense. But there you have it. For the tryout scrim of Viper Esports versus, actually I don't know their name, the team run by Muse. Muse teams wins. Now, I appreciate you all sticking around for the stream and enjoying the casting. So there are some more tryout games to come. And I thank you. Have a great rest of your night.